It's Friday, it's 6, and you are in focus. You know, when you own or you rent your home, you hope everything goes smoothly between you and your neighbors. But sometimes that isn't the case, particularly in disputes over who's responsible for problem bushes or even trees getting onto your property. Here's ABC2 News In Focus investigator Takari Turner with the story of the night.
Well, Jamie, Markeisha Christian called us after getting nowhere trying to get a hold of the homeowner next door. We're asking, if a tree growing next door gets too big, who's responsible? The answer may shock you.
When Markeisha Christian gets up in the morning, it's not the trash piled up in the alleyway or the nearby vacant homes that she worries about. Instead, it's the massive tree towering over the row of homes she shares with her neighbors.
What worries you about this thing?
That when it falls, because I know eventually it's going to fall, it's going to crush three different properties.
The last 3 years it had really gotten worse with all this rain and snow we done had.
She and neighbor James Bates say that noticeable lean has gotten worse, at least in the past 2 years when she called city inspectors. Christian said it interfered with the power to her home. She called the power company for help, but the home is owned by 2 out-of-staters whom she rarely sees and has been unable to get to respond to her concerns. Yet when she asked the power company if they could cut it down, they said this.
Once again, they said they can't do anything because it's on private property.
She's even called city inspectors to look at the tree, but it was deemed not to present an immediate hazard.
What else can the adjoiner do? Very little.
Ed Levin is a real estate attorney. We showed him pictures of the tree, but Levin said he's already seen something similar. It's an old Maryland Court of Appeals case from 1988, one in which Levin says the outcome may surprise you.
The owner of the land where the tree is located probably doesn't have any responsibility.
That case, Levine says, involved a man in dispute with property owners next to his house. It centered around some tree branches and its limbs invading his property. The homeowner was forced to trim things back closer to the property line, splitting the 2 properties, but the court ruled that's all he could do and was not entitled to recouping the costs.
If it costs you $100 to hire somebody to do that or to do it yourself, you can't collect that from the neighbor.
But $100 is one thing. The $3,000 she was quoted is another, something she can't afford. That's why, case law or not, all of it, she says, just doesn't seem fair.
I want that tree taken down, and I don't want to have to come out my pocket completely, thousands of dollars to have removed.
So you hear it there. If you end up finding yourself in that situation, you will most likely have to pay the trimming cost yourself. But the attorney we spoke to says that you need to make the property owner aware there is an issue as much as possible. That way, if it dies and does fall, he says that could help you recoup some of those costs, any damage it may cause.
All right, Takari, that's a story in every neighborhood.